afternoon. This is Michael 11 Freedom. I'm back with another travel tip video, guys. This video that I'm going to talk about today has to do with specifically in Da Nang, Vietnam. I had someone ask me about transportation during our travels to Vietnam, and we have experienced Da Nang, Vietnam a few times. We visit there a few times, which is probably, you guys already know, one of our favorite countries and actually city throughout our whole travel experience. And I want to talk to you guys about the transportation costs and how you can avoid racking up a high transportation cost during your stay in Da Nang, Vietnam. Us personally, we actually like staying right outside the city. We don't like staying in the city, which is not bad as well. Those are some of the things you may want to consider if you want to stay. You're the kind of person that likes to stay, walking distance from all the nightlife, or you like to hear the sound of a lot of traffic at night or day, or a lot of people. Me, I prefer staying outside of the city a little bit, where it's a little quieter and more of a country life. That's just me personally, to each his own. But I'm not here to judge anybody or tell anybody how to travel, but I'm just here to give you some helpful tips that may make your traveling to these places a little bit more easier when visiting. Like I always tell you guys, you see what we see. That's what I try to base my videos on. Basically, you see what we see. I'm not saying that you have to like what we see or like what we do, but you see what we see. And I want to start out telling you about, if you're planning on staying in Da Nang, Vietnam for more than, just a quick stopover, one of the first things you want to do is try to figure out how to get around efficiently, especially if you don't want to rely, on those high cabs and the local app, kind of like a Uber they use, which is called a Grab. Grab comes in different types of transportation, autos like cars, and also they do the motorbikes. So those can get pretty expensive fast, especially in Da Nang. We learned that the hard way. So this is what you can do if you plan on staying a little bit longer and try a different approach transportation wise, which may work better for you if you plan on staying a long period of time, such as we do. We stay months at a time when we travel to these countries. So the ideal stay, for a longer stay, Grab is, it's super convenient when when you first arrive there. Of course, you're going to need to get a Grab. Just open your app, call a car and you're off. But, you got to think about it. Here's the catch, about the prices in Da Nang, Vietnam. They adds up pretty quick in Da Nang. And the Grab app works just like a Uber app, pretty much. It monitors your en route to where you're going. It lets you see the driver information, lets you see the driver's location, how far they are from you. It gives you a price of what it's going to cost. It even tell you that it's peak hours if you wanted to wait a few minutes to see if the price drop. All sorts of good things. Very reliable and I would say safe way of transportation from our traveling experience. Haven't had any negative experience with Grab, and hope it stays that way during our travel here coming up soon. Let me give you an example of like what some of the prices on Grab, be like. There's a place called, Mai Kai Beach, to the Marble Mountains. That normally would run, 150,000 to 180,000 dong. And that's equivalent from $6 to $7, You think about that, multiple times, 2 to 3 trips per day over a week's period of time, you're looking at over $100 just in transportation. $100 just in transportation if you're out and about and you're trying to see, the island, because it does have a lot to see, very interesting places there. And your worst thing you could do is grab during peak hours. It can get pretty expensive. Of course, you're going to want to get it, during raining time or holidays or the weather inclement. It's going to be a little bit more expensive because everybody's going to be trying to take that grab, and it's going to spike up the peak hours, and the cost is going to be a little bit more. That was just an example. It's telling you how expensive that the grab ride could become. Now, another thing you want to check into when you do go there, you want to check with where you stand at the hotel or your Airbnb. These people usually have a partnership with local rentals there. If you plan on driving, a local rental, get a car, whatever. But the thing is that we done on our second visit there, where we were staying in our condo, the owner of the condo had multiple condos, and they also had a motorbike department where you can rent a motorbike. And a lot of people probably say, oh, they don't know how to ride a motorbike. But over there, it's pretty simple, pretty easy. It's not as hectic as Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam, which is formerly known as Saigon. That place, I wouldn't recommend nobody trying to ride a motorbike over there. It is very dangerous. It's very crowded. And the people is, oh man, if you don't know how to ride a motorbike, I don't suggest you start trying to learn in Ho Chi Minh City. But at Da Nang, it's a wide open space. It's people pretty much respectful. They're on the road. They're not driving like they're in a hurry to get somewhere. Everybody's pretty laid back and chill. Not telling you that that's the best thing for you, but I'm telling you, don't knock it until you try it. You might become very fond of having your own motorbike while you're there on Da Nang. And the reason why I said it, because when we rented our motorbike, my wife had never been on the back of a motorbike or a motorcycle, and she came very fond of it because we just got up and go. We just got up and, did what we need to do. It went to different places, wasn't worried about calling a grab or waiting on somebody waiting on us. Like we did when we first got there, our first trip there, we had a personal driver, which it could get pretty expensive. We was spending in transportation sometime $40-$60 a day, so that's pretty expensive. So what we did was, when we got there, we learned that the second time there, that our rental property had motorbike rental. So I rented a motorbike, and the price of the motorbike cost us, you ready? The price of the motorbike was only $100 a month, guys. That's right, $100 a month. And it was at the right CC on the size of the motorbike, because anything larger, a motorcycle, you're going to require to have license. And even if you have license in the States for motorcycle, you have to still get their license if you're going to be riding around in their country. And not so much in Da Nang, the police sit upside the road and stop you to check that. They don't really interfere with tourists, people like that. But they do tell you have to be skeptical and make sure you get the proper CC motorbike, so you don't run into that problem with the local authority, and have those license. If you have license in the state, motorcycle license, bring them, and they can actually give you motorbike license. I didn't go through that step because I don't have a motorcycle license, but there's a way you can obtain your motorcycle license there if you're interested in getting something larger than the motorbike that they provide, that you don't require to have a motorbike license for. But I just wanted to share this with you guys, and also keep in mind that the peak hours there are from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. and 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. Those are the peak hours that you want to be aware of. But I would also encourage everyone, if you're going to stay in Da Nang, there are a lot of condos and hotels right along the main beach strip there downtown, where you wouldn't have to even worry about taking transportation anywhere unless you're going to sightsee up into the mountains, the Big Buddha, Sun City, where we went with a cable long, one of the longest cable car in the world. As you can see the backdrop here, this is where the hand bridge is. Beautiful place, guys. Beautiful place. You get a chance, make sure you go over and check out. It's going to be here, over here. It's going to be over here. Go check out my video of Sun City in Da Nang, Vietnam, guys. And I'm sure you would enjoy the video. You would enjoy this place if you ever visit there. Next time around when we go back, we're planning on staying all day, maybe 2 days at this place, because you can get a hotel room up in the mountains of this place. Very reasonable, very nice place to visit. And I encourage you guys, if you visit Da Nang, Vietnam, make sure you check it out. But if you got any additional question about Da Nang, Vietnam, I'm no travel expert. I can only tell you what we experienced and what we seen and what we did, and maybe some of the things that we done, or if we took a L. We didn't really take any L's when we was traveling, pretty much. We take the L, so you don't have to take the L. So if you got any questions about anything, feel free to drop the comments in the comment section or email me at blackmaninmexico@gmail.com. And I'll do my best to answer your respectful questions if you have any questions or concern about traveling to Da Nang, Vietnam. Appreciate you guys watching as always. Until the next one. Bye now. Peace. One love.
Margarita by my catching flights, yeah, we worldwide from Yuma to Europe, Caribbean seas.